But a sweet talking daughter, Lord, she loves to jelly roll. Yes, she do.
The best place to find new, local, and independent music is right here on Dirty Chai Radio.
Hey bluebird, play your little tune. Melody sweet as a silver spoon. Stop just a minute and play to me your song. Then as you must move along, move along. 'Cause hearts like yours make my skies a little more blue. Eyes like yours, they make mine to shine on you, shine on you. Hey bluebird, why does life gotta be so tough? You know the time is a healer, you're keeping your chin up. Soon, very soon, peace will come along. Sing your song, sing your song, sing your song. Hearts like yours make my skies a little more blue. Eyes like yours, they make mine to shine on you, shine on you. Winter is too tough to bear alone. Sometimes angry winds can blow you on back home. And when you find that your strength is through, remember I will hold you when you need me to. Hearts like yours make my skies a little more blue. Eyes like yours, they make mine to shine on you, shine on you. Hearts like yours make my skies a little more blue. Eyes like yours, they make mine to shine on you, shine on you.
Well, that was Bluebird from Nici Peper, and we are joined by Nici Peper here on Dirty Chai Radio, the live 365 radio app, Mixcloud, the Dirty Chai Radio Facebook page, After Hours Radio Facebook page, and more. Nici, I'm excited to have you on the program to finally get to chat again. Oh. I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry. That was my bad.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Wonderful.
Remember the commercial? Can you hear me now?
I certainly do. So that the song that we just heard was Bluebird. Remind me, was that an original composition?
Yeah. Yeah, I wrote that about my mama.
And I was lucky enough many years ago, probably 10 or more, I want to say, to see you and your mother perform that together at Badger Brew Express during their open mic days. That was
That must have been when I first wrote it.
I believe that was introduced as a new song then, and that it was quite special that your mom got to be there for the performance. And so
Yeah.
I don't have it anymore, but when I was back in those days, I was learning how to record things and whatnot, and I had a recording of you and your mom playing that, and I wish I still had it and could send it to you, because it was such a beautiful, beautiful performance of that song. Does she still perform with you at all?
Yeah, actually, it's kind of a crowd favorite when I can get my mom up there to sing with me, especially when it's around here, because she's kind of well known in the community being a pastor, and she started this ukulele club that's up to like 85 people. So I'll get like ukulele players and stuff that come to the gig, and so when my mom gets up, everybody really likes that.
That sounds like a really great time. And ukulele, 85 ukuleles seems like an excessive amount of ukuleles.
Yeah, they want to start the ukulele festival and see if they can break the world record.
Do you know
I
what the
think it's
world?
like it's like 2000. It's up there.
Wow,
Like that.
that's
I think I know.
all playing one song. Have you heard all 85 play one song together?
No, they've kind of divided into like smaller groups.
Fair enough.
Just like practicing at different times and stuff. But I think they did do something at the Mall of America last year.
Oh, sure.
I think they had a big group for that. But
Now,
they're also happy. It's cool.
speaking of playing out, I've noticed following you on social media that you've started doing quite a few shows again, and one of those is a recurring gig at an open mic that happens each week.
Oh yeah, I'm just hosting a little one. It's at this cute little pizza place in Osceola, and it's kind of turned into this listening room kind of atmosphere. So
Well, that's really fun, and it looks like, based on the videos and the pictures that you've posted, that you get a pretty decent turnout of folks that like to play and sing.
yeah, I'm really, really grateful because a lot of my friends, they drive kind of a ways to get there. So it's really special.
I suppose Osceola is not quite a huge metropolis, but still, you got quite a bit of talent in that town.
Yeah, I'm still kind of meeting people too because I just moved here probably 6 months ago. So I'm still kind of learning or just meeting people
Sure.
in this area still.
So talk about what happened before Osceola. You've been playing music, I have to assume, basically your whole life, right?
Yeah, I started off in like choirs at church and stuff. My mom was a music director at our church, so I was like in the band and
Sure.
did that stuff in school and stuff. But I didn't start playing guitar till I was like 18, 19.
And did you jump right into writing your own music, or were you at first just kind of learning other people's songs and going along with that?
I was so terrible that I kind of was writing songs because it was hard for me to learn other people's music. So they both kind of progressed together. Like,
I can relate to that. I know about 2.5 chords, and I co-host an open mic, and the guy that Weston Chisel that does it with me, he can play almost anything under the sun without ever having heard it before. You tell him about it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I can do that." And me, on the other hand, I just basically slam on the strings and shout whatever sublime lyrics I can remember at the time.
you know what though? That's how the sublime, you got to shout them. That's the best way to do them.
Yeah,
They're
I
such
figure.
great.
Have you heard the Bradley, Noel, and Friends acoustic album?
Mm-mm.
It's a horribly fun listen, is probably the
Really?
best way to say it. He is Bradley and his guitar. It sounded like any open mic that you've been to, and he doesn't sound necessarily sober throughout, and doesn't necessarily play the songs as you would remember them. but it's still such a magical album. Even it's the mistakes that make it endearing, and that's where I get all of my open mic inspiration from, is that one album.
Oh my God. I'll have to ask you to remind me later because I want to listen to that.
It's a good one, and it shows one of the things that I love about music, and that release in particular, is that it shows so much of the human of Bradley, especially when you have an artist like Brad that with Sublime just kind of being an iconic group for their genre and for their time period. And you could say the same thing about Kurt Cobain and Nirvana, or John Lennon, Paul McCartney with the Beatles. It's you almost forget sometimes that they're human, that there's a being experiencing all of the things that come along with the music.
Yeah.
Your music tends to, from what I recall, deal a lot with that being human aspect, and kind of one of the things I've always appreciated about not just your crafting with your song crafting, but also your approach to singing, and the vulnerability that's felt both in the way that you play the guitar and you deliver the lyrics.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Is that something that, or is the style that you play now kind of the style that you taught yourself and grew up on?
I think it's kind of developed. It just evolved kind of to become a little bit more like rhythmic, I suppose. I try to kind of play with phrasing more, like pushing when I want to rock out, and kind of dragging, if I'm kind of doing more of the bluesy. I have kind of been working on more technical skill lately, I guess.
How have your influences or inspirations changed from when you first started writing music to now taking on more of a technical aspect to your writing?
I was really into kind of that surf rock. I guess that's San Diego, like the Jason Mraz and that type of music when I first started. So I was into kind of getting a lot of words out, kind of having that rhythm there. And then it kind of evolved into more like storytelling. I started listening more to like John Prine and Bob Dylan, and where it's more poetry, telling a story kind of thing. I remember getting mad at Bob Dylan because I was listening to It's All Right, Ma, I'm Only Bleeding. I think that's the name.
Sure, I know that
And
song.
it was like describing how I felt better than I could, and I was like, seriously, what? And I tried to do songwriting, and he just nailed it. So,
Kind of an experience of looking for the right words and then accidentally listening to Bob and like, damn it, he got it.
I know exactly.
I can't tell you how many times that I've been feeling something, and then I put on a song. And for me, it's I draw a lot of, not intentionally, but my favorite rapper is Slug of Atmosphere. And so a lot of when I'm writing things, I'll think, oh, that's an original thought, or this perfectly describes my feeling. And then I'll throw on the Atmosphere discography, and it's a song that I haven't heard in forever. And oh, I didn't write this song. They did 20 years ago.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it's it's hard to I think that's a compliment both to myself and them, or at least that's what I'm going to tell myself.
Sure.
So
it's amazing what can get stuck in the subconscious,
isn't it? Though too, and I find that writing, both writers, songwriters that write metaphorically or straight to the point, there's still so much you can say, even if it sounds like on the surface that everything's already been said. There's always something deeper inside of it.
Yeah.
Would you say that that your songs, when you sit down to write your songs, are you sitting down to write something specific, either capturing a specific feeling, capturing a specific moment or memory, or is it something like you were alluding to, a little more subconscious, where you have to write, you have that feeling to write, but you don't know what you're writing about?
Yeah, I usually, I have just started writing again. I stopped for a long time, because I didn't want to write about what I was going through because it was just too painful. Um, I just didn't want to relive those songs. I didn't want to keep playing them over and over. So recently I sat down to write something, and what came out was something that I would have written in the moment about a year ago, but it came out in like 20 minutes now. But it feels like something I can continue to play. Does that answer your question, or did I?
I believe it does, and it's on a personal level, it is as a writer, I can relate to that. I released something 8 years ago now, but I didn't release anything after that for the next 7 years. A lot to do with the fact, not that I wasn't writing or wasn't thinking in a musical sense, but what I was writing and what I was dealing with in my personal life wasn't necessarily what I wanted to put on record in song, or whether that's for other people to listen to or for me to have to relive either in performances or hearing that recording again. Was that something similar to what you're describing?
Absolutely. Yeah.
When you finally sat down to write after that, was that first writing intentional, or was it, I'm flooded with this and this is natural for me to do, so I'm going to do it?
I was actually okay. So I had to play 2 Christmas Eve services this year, and I, for some reason, had the little drummer boy stuck in my head for like 4 days. Like I was just singing it, the little drummer boy, and so then my mom, we had to pick a song for one of her services, and we were trying to pick one that would fit that they weren't already doing. And so I ended up doing the little drummer boy, kind of singing from a third party perspective. But I just was sat down and I was trying to learn it. And then I was like doing this little chord progression that I'm like, never mind, I'm going to steal that. And then I wrote a song, and yeah.
So you stole from the little drummer boy.
I did. How? Stole from a child.
How dare! So, I mean that's it's weird and fun how inspiration will hit at the strangest times, and a lot of the times the most inopportune times for that inspiration to hit.
Yeah, sometimes you don't have the opportunity to be able to sit and just write it out.
I've lost a lot of really great ideas because I was either driving or doing something that I couldn't stop. And there goes that idea. Or I walked through a doorway. Do you ever have that where you walk through a doorway and you forget exactly what it was you were thinking about before you walked through the doorway? It's scientifically proven. Doorways steal your thoughts.
Oh my God. Well, I have that happen where all of a sudden I'll forget what I came into a room for.
It's because the doorway stole your thoughts.
Freaking doorways, man.
They're thieves. So the next, speaking of thieves, so let's talk a little bit about Truth. You've got a song called Truth Truck. What can you tell me about this song?
The song is kind of about karma. And I've dealt with some abuse, and I have friends who've dealt with some abuse, and I wrote the song of just kind of hypothetically just watching either the truth hits you, like, I feel like I've been hit by a truck and the truth hits you, but then kind of turning it on its head, and like karma will hit them back. So it's like you get hit by it and then they get hit back, almost like an echo.
Sure. Okay. The truth truck bouncing off a wall and back into them.
Yeah, we did the music video for it, and I really wanted to have the end of the video be like, because it's about this guy kind of being a douchebag, and so then he stumbles out into the night, and then truck comes and hits him, and just as he's about to hit him, like the whole thing explodes into a cloud of glitter. That's what I really wanted to do, but we didn't have a budget for that, so
You know,
just
if you could just get enough glitter, I think that could take care of a lot of it, right?
I feel like glitter takes care of a lot of things. Yes.
Absolutely does. So we'll take a quick pause in our conversation and listen to Truth Truck. He'll hang out and talk with us again on the other side.
Thank you.
Where can folks find that video? I assume on YouTube. You have a website too?
Yes, it's on the website and on YouTube, but it's www.NICIPEPER music, NikiPeppermusic.com.
This is Truth Truck on Dirty Chai Radio.
Thanks, Ryan.
Here she comes, rolling into town. She's hard to miss, big and brown. She's the truth truck. Her mouth is one big microphone. Her words hit faster than the speed of sound. She'll pick you up, throw you down. She's the truth truck. So come and get it, come and get it now. I said come and get it, come and get it now. She will lure you in with a sweet little tune and shove it in your face with a silver spoon. Dependable as the rising moon, the truth truck. So come and get it, come and get it now. I said come and get it, come and get it now. You only live so long, floating in a dream. You only live so long, about ice cream. You only live so long, wanting to scream, waiting for a visit from the truth truck. Well, now here she is, like a thief in the night. One moment you'll find that moment's out of sight. You're down like a drunk in a fight. You had a cold hard hit by the truth truck. So come and get it, come and get it now. I said come and get it, come and get it now. You only live so long, floating in a dream. You only live so long, but ice cream. You only live so long, wanting to scream, waiting for a visit from the truth truck. And if you can't stay put, if you can't do right, you know you're smoking mirrors, babe. They won't last all night. And if you must cheat, if you must do wrong, make sure you don't do it, baby, to a singer of songs. You call me baby. You call me baby. You call me baby. You call me baby.
That was Truth Truck, Nici Peper. And Nici Peper is still with us here in the Dirty Chai studio. And you're right, that song needs glitter.
I know.
That song needs glitter. And what a bouncy song. That was my first time hearing it. I absolutely loved it. You say it's about karma and it's about experiences, and it hits really well. Who all is playing on that, if you don't mind me asking?
I was just thinking about it while we were listening. It was recorded by Kurt Jorgensen, and him and his wife Brianna are in a band themselves, the Jorgensens, and he's got a great little studio in his house. And then there's a couple other people from their band that was on it, and then like Brianna sings on it, and I really learned a lot though because we did it all like analog. We didn't do any like we didn't have auto tune or anything like that, so I really learned a lot on how, because every time I would do it differently.
Sure.
And so I had to kind of like learn how to, be consistent and sing harmonies with myself and play with a click track. And
Sounds like that was all in all a kind of a new experience for you.
yeah, it was. I learned a lot recording with them. And they want to do another recording session here on Monday. So that's
How exciting. Is that an unreleased song that you'd be working on? One of your own, one of theirs?
Yeah, one of my own. I think the new one that I wrote that I mentioned earlier, that was like about the year ago kind of perspective.
Sure.
I think it'll be that one.
So we have one more song that we wanted to share with our listeners. What can you tell us about this one? It's called "I Promise You," and I understand it's your newest release.
Yeah, this one, it's funny because songs, I'm sure you can relate, like how songs evolve, how you write it about one situation, but then as you go along, it starts to take on different meaning to you.
Absolutely.
I wrote it about a relationship at the time, but it also was about we were in Alaska and we were at Whittier, and so we could see the bay right below our hotel window, and there was these little otters playing in the water. And so when we talked to the owners, she was like, "Oh my gosh, yeah, they actually hold hands in the night so they don't lose each other in the dark." And I thought that was just like the sweetest thing. Like, I will never let you go. I will, that promise. And it's kind of about, to me, like God's unconditional love, never letting go of us. And
If only humans could be a little more like penguins.
yeah.
Or otters, sorry.
We're otters. Yeah. I know.
So
Try.
Yeah.
Try.
So that's kind of where this song came from. Did you use the same musicians on this one, or who's playing on this one with you?
Yep, it's the same musicians, so it's all a part of the same record that we released a couple years ago.
And that can be found on your website, NiciPepperMusic.com, right?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I got at least one thing right there. And you've got
No.
you've got social media that folks can follow you on. What's the best way to follow you?
Honestly, Facebook, I'm not really good with social media. I don't know. I'm not very techy, so I put most of my stuff on Facebook, and just keep it public so people can follow it.
Sure. So if you want more from Nici Pepper, find the Facebook page or better yet, bookmark NiciPepperMusic.com. That way you never miss a release. Nici, thanks for taking some time out of your afternoon to chat with me today.
Ryan, you're the best. Thank you for asking me.
This is Nici Pepper, I Promise You, on Dirty Chai Radio.
Standing outside in the pouring rain, Mother Nature's at it again. Didn't take the time to change. I see you're still wearing what I saw last. Across to the other shore, you could see a little patch of sunlight, little rainbows caught in the tree line. Mama says with rainbows will come a promise. I promise you I will never leave, won't pull my hand away or turn my eyes so I won't see. I promise you I won't leave your side. I won't ask for perfection, won't take you for a ride, 'cause so all I want is simply all of you. This morning when we stepped outside, the sun was shining, the earth was melting. You took my hand and I got shy. I hope that you could see how much I love you in my eyes. Above us on the telephone pole sat two eagles side by side. Yes, we watched them as they watched the world go by. I remember hearing eagles made for life. I promise you I will never leave, won't pull my hand away or turn my eyes so I won't see. I promise you I won't leave your side. I won't ask for perfection, I won't take you far. Right, 'cause all I want is simply all of you. And as the tide rolls out, I take a deep breath, and I hope what I say you will never forget. Darling, if you choose to, you will see. You will always have love right here. I promise you I will never leave, won't pull my hand away or turn my eyes so I won't see. I promise you I won't leave your side. I won't ask for perfection, won't take you for a ride.